Hey, y'all. We are back. Sorry that we're late. We know that we're late. And we apologize for that. But welcome back to another episode of the Ready to Love panel. My name is Belle, and this is the Belle Perspective. And I have one of my wonderful co-hosts, Shayna. Go ahead and introduce yourself, girl. Go ahead.
Well, before we get started, shout out to you, Belle, for the 400 subscribers, making milestones.
Yes. It actually crept up on me. I wasn't paying attention. So when you call it, I was like, oh my God, yes. Come on, bro.
Listen, we're reaching goals. We're on our way.
We are on our way, girl. Okay, we're going up and up and up, and it's gonna be stuck, child.
Okay. Listen.
Hold on, I'm trying to put my page to the notes. What did you think about this episode so far? Like overall,
better than last. Better than last. So
yes,
not because of any coupling of any sort.
Oh no.
Not because of that at all. There's no couples whatsoever. But
no. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask that. I was going to ask y'all that. Hey, we got Miss Kira Speaks in the house. Hey. So I just asked Shayna what her overall thoughts of the show, the last episode was. So I'm just gonna give you a quick hot take. What were your overall thoughts?
I'll be damned they left us with a cliffhanger. That was my fault.
That
was my fault. I was like, I don't even believe it's cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger.
Always.
Y'all wasting our time. Y'all wasting our time.
Especially when they get, because I know Kara doesn't watch the show typically. When they get to the getaway, definitely a cliffhanger.
I forgot that they did that. I forgot that they did that. Mess.
And the only reason I thought that they weren't going to do it is because you were like, we're going to get rid of one person in the morning. So when they woke up, I was like, what? Where's Tommy? Why it's taking so long? Like, that should have been the first thing. We get rid of one person and move on with the day. But no, that's not how we did it. So I was like,
yes.
And I was going to mention it in my review, but while we talking about it, did y'all see, like, when at the end, not to jump too far ahead, but did y'all see how Jessica had a ponytail and then suddenly her hair was down? And I was like, what the?
No.
I did not see that.
I didn't see that.
Hey D. So we had an opportunity. Shayna was already, she gave us kind of like a quick hot take of the overall thoughts of the episode. Kira just gave hers. D, give us your quick hot take of the episode we just watched.
Okay. Don't. It's giving boring. Don't. It's getting boring. Don't
have you start beating on the table. Like,
okay. But wait, it wasn't better than it wasn't better than the episode before because I didn't even go back to watch that one.
Right.
Wow.
It's better. It's such a oddly disconnected show that I was kind of watching. And like I said, there was something, unfortunately, because it was a mess, but I just was watching it and it's just like, because there's no real sense of connection, it's just such an awkward experience. So there's no real energy while I'm watching it outside of fights, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Oh, okay. Guys, not to cut Belle off because y'all just got on, but I just want to acknowledge that she got to her 400 subscribers. So we reached a milestone.
Thank you. Congratulations to you for your 900.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
I'm trying to get on.
I try not to get too caught up in the numbers. Just focus on putting the content out there. To me personally, because I don't want to get too caught up. But yes, congratulations. I didn't know you were there.
It just happened. Kira like called it as soon as it happened. I'm like, thank you.
I was putting a comment and I was like, oh wait.
Yeah, I'm celebrating milestones over here like birthdays. So
that's what's up. I gotta go and like the video. Which video was it that you realized? I want to go. I'll tag you and join in.
I might do a post. It was that last one with Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah. I already commented. Okay, I watched it. Okay, I got it.
Oh yeah.
Shayna, I got a bone to pick with you. You got me watching that foolishness. Anyway, Shayna, she got me watching foolishness again. That's okay.
And D hadn't been busy this week because normally he be cracking me up in them loving hip hop comments.
Yeah, my pop back in. Yeah,
Baby,
Lord,
that
it's
mess
a whole lot to say.
is okay. All right, let's get into the show. So we finally get to the getaway. For folks who know the show, Getaway is kind of like the wrap up season. It's almost like the what is it? I can't even think at this point because my brain is shutting down. But we're getting towards the final coupling, and then also towards the reunion, which is what I look forward to because that's what a real mess be happening. So at the getaway, they're gonna be there, I guess, 2 episodes. So this is the first day, day 1. This is day 1, and so we've got Lee, Aries, and Cat in the same car. And I was paying attention to who was in the car on the way there because I'm, usually when they go to the house or wherever they're going, they usually had it, they clicked up at that point. You know what I mean? You can tell whose energy is where, who's gonna do what, who's on whose side, etc. So pay attention to that. So Lee, Aries, and Kat are in the same car. Kat saying she's not feeling confident about her connections. It was very apparent as she was interacting with all of the men on this episode. Jessica and Janelle and Sierra were in the same car. That was interesting because there's some strong personalities and I didn't really know anyway how that was gonna work. But anyway, and then all the guys are in the car. Any thoughts on that? I did have a question about it. But any thoughts about the car situation? Any commentary that any of the women that had made, on the way there? Anything? Any thoughts?
I'll go. The divide is apparent because that's how it looks now. With I saw on YouTube somewhere that there was a live with Aries, the quiet ladies, Kat and Lee. So it was like, okay, well, clearly there, and then we got the mean girls, J and Sierra. So it's like, clearly there's a divide and it must have really started full force at this point.
Yeah. But how does Sierra's so cool and calm? Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all. Whoever, D or Kira, whoever wants to go first.
The one thing I noticed is I can't remember who said it, but they were like talking about communications or lack thereof. I'm like, oh, so y'all notice it? Y'all notice it too.
Running theme.
Yeah.
The guys are driving in the car together. They all were in one car because it was only 4 men compared to the 6 women, right? Okay, the injustice. Whatever. My question, and I think we already know the answer, is how are you all feeling about the connections? Who's the cute couple that you're ready to see, at the end of the season? I'm looking at the panel.
Is this a real question?
And I'm getting nothing. It's crickets. It's giving crickets.
Yeah.
It's giving crickets. I felt like I just asked. I don't know. I felt like I just asked. Anyway. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to ask this right now. So pretend as if you're watching the show and you don't know what the end of it. Actually, we don't even have an answer. Who did you think? Actually, let me roll it back. Because honestly, I wrote this question because I thought they weren't going to play with us today. So never mind. I'll ask that later on. Okay, so we get to the house. The guys get there. I'm sorry. I think the women get there first. The guys get there. They're picking the rooms like they typically do. And there's a lot of chatter going on. I only watched the episode once. If y'all know of anything that stood out to you, let me know. I keep on moving. Jessica says that she is not a PDA person. Big surprise. And that she is working with Maria to try to get that out of her. She also says that she's completely done with Chris. Any thoughts on that? And then I have a follow-up question as well.
Well, Jessica was holding Chris' hand initially at the rodeo or wherever they were at. So it's like, do you not like PDA or you just don't like your options?
That's a good question. Dee, did you have anything follow up?
I mean, I'll say this. Like, it's not surprising when it comes to Jessica, but there may be reasons for that. And I will say I'm not a real PDA person either. and I understand there are levels to that too. It's just
I was just gonna ask that.
And I understand like it doesn't have to be super like like there are levels to it. It doesn't have to be extreme PDA. Like I don't mind holding old hands or maybe a peck or something like that. But some folks really go overboard, and I just pawn and just can't not touch the other person and can't like no like I'm like just no. I need some space. I can't be. I'm not a clinger. I'll say that as far as a relationship. Like I can enjoy your company, and as I don't know if that sounds bad, but I almost feel like I value quality time and conversation more than just physicality. But that's also a love language thing too. So that's also part of it.
That actually ties into one of the questions that I was going to ask. How do you all feel about PDA? And is there like a timeline that you feel like you need to follow before you can actually full on, tongue somebody down or hold a hand? What do you? I'm not a tongue somebody down in the public. I don't do that, but some people do. So
Kira said no.
Kira, did you have a?
I'm not a tongue you down in public type of person. We can do a little hand holding, I'm okay with that, but everybody need to see all of that.
I'll go against the grain. I'm for PDA. I don't think there's a time frame. It's just where are we as far as commitment in this process? Absolutely not. There's like y'all don't even like each other. Right. If you're not exclusive, then no.
Right. Oh my God, the lack of chemistry. Even with the supposed alleged couple, Phil and Aries, I was just
all I saw was her feet, and let me not jump in.
For real, that's all I saw was feet. I'm like, girl, okay. All I saw was feet.
Watching JB's thing when he was talking about the thing with Aries, and I didn't realize that they only had like a month. So I was like, really? That's a little.
And he rubbing on her feet
after a connection that quickly. That's what he said. That's what he said. She said a month.
He said he didn't have no foot fetish, but I don't believe that. Right. I mean, he kept grabbing her feet.
I'm glad she called it out when she was like, "It's giving fetishy. Like, why do you?" Like, I have shoulders. You grab my back. Like, why you keep grabbing my foot?
Yes. Oh my God! And after only a month, you could just hold her hand like that. Anyway.
But see, I remember when you and I did our first initial Break the Love live stream, Bell. We even talked about how it was kind of off-putting. I think it was Morier. Hopefully I'm not mixing them up, but we thought it was off when Morier or the other guy, I think it was Morier, picked up Kira during that game.
Oh, yes.
We were kind of like, isn't it a little soon?
Yes.
Doing all that.
Yes. Morier gives me anyway the wind blows kind of personality. Like he just very like, okay, we'll do that. Okay.
So like what Nene said about Cynthia.
Yes. Just like you just yes. Exactly. Like just whichever way. He a whichever way person. And I don't
It's a swinging back and forth in the chair for me.
I'm telling you, yes. And he's like that with the women on the show as well.
Who's not like that is the question.
Wait, who hasn't? What now? Wait, ask your question.
Who's not swinging back and forth? Everybody is swinging. Like all these new connections I didn't see this episode. Who's not swinging back and forth?
I'm waiting for that part. I'm like,
yeah, it's
grasping at straws. Just grasping.
There's nothing here.
When I thought Lee was about to go, it was like, oh, wait a minute, surprise! Like, what's happening?
All right, Janelle. I'm going to have to resend my Janelle Club ID card. I'm not going to be able to subscribe to Janelle anymore, unfortunately. I hate y'all. Don't even. I hate y'all right now. I'm not going to be able to subscribe to Janelle anymore. I'm taking my card. I'm pulling it back. I'm giving it to Sierra. That's gonna be my girl, and I'm solid with her. But Janelle and Quinton, who dear God. Okay, so Janelle was in the room with Jessica. They're still talking about connections and the lack thereof, etc., and trying to figure out what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. Quinn walks in, just looking, and I thought of UD in that moment where you were like, what did he say? Oh baby.
Yeah. How did I know you were? I had this weird feeling when that scene came. I was like, why do I feel like Belle's gonna make me do it?
Listen, it's like that. That's what I assign to him every time I see him. I'm like, ugh, what is it again? Do it again. Do it.
Oh Lord.
Don't act like you don't do it. Come on.
Okay. I finally got you out to myself, girl.
Hey, I gotta keep you wanting, girl. It gives Jerome from
Exactly.
Martin.
Exactly. It absolutely does.
It gives Jerome from Martin. And so he walked in with his little self and then walked with
Daddy shorts.
With the
with hoochie daddy shorts on and walked back out. Ugh, whatever. Then the next scene, because I think I'm skipping through some stuff because some of the stuff was just boring. Quinton and his nakedness is what I wrote down. First of all, don't be naked around my food, okay? I'm not here for that. Hold on, let me see what Harold has to say. Please know that we prayed to the heavens. you you know what? Listen, ancestors, they answer prayer, and I have seen the error in my ways.
The ancestors had to smack you upside the head, but I mean,
they did. Because once I lock on to somebody, I just hold on. I just be
loyalty to a whole nother level. Just
I know.
I was gonna let you live because we haven't really heard that much in the last 2 episodes. So I was like,
right?
You heard me. I had to get quiet. I'm like, I can't be fighting to defend this lady, and she half crazy. I ain't gonna better do that.
You fighting at this point. We letting you fight this fight alone.
No, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't do it. So anyway, okay. So Quinton is cooking naked around these people food, nasty as hell. Cat comes out to have the just try to talk to him a little bit, say, hey Quentin, how you doing? You know how we do. So Quinton says that he doesn't like being single. What do y'all think about that? Kira, I saw your face, girl. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I guess that's why he's here, but you can go do that at home. Like, you just going to bounce from person to person with no genuine connection. And I guess that's why homegirl said you are non-committal, but it's giving next. Yeah, no, it's a no for me.
Yes, Deed, your thoughts? Any additional sentiment?
I can't relate to that at all. I really can't. And it's different for me because I kind of feel, and I won't even go so far as to say like I have to be alone all the time. I'm kind of more ambivert than I used to be, more introverted. And I think I've become. It's like weird. I feel like I was very extroverted when I was younger, and then I kind of became very introverted as a cause of some, as a result of certain things. And then as I got kind of came into my own, and it was like, oh, ambivert. No, I have introverted ways, but then when I'm around certain people that I'm comfortable with, okay, then you get the full personality and all that kind of stuff. But I don't necessarily have to be around anyone. I find fulfillment more so in platonic relationships than romantic, personally. And I don't know what it is. I mean, people are wired differently, but I just kind of feel like if you can never be alone, if you can never enjoy your own company, if you can never like just venture out and have a life that is not attached to someone else in some way, shape, or form, then that is really unfortunate. I can't get behind that.
It's problematic. It screams therapy.
Yes, I wrote big ass red flag on my notes here. Shayna, did you want to add anything?
I like that, D. I like how you put that. I just feel like it's.
I need one of them, Kira.
It was just a lie because, well, I don't know. We don't know when he dated the ex, but it's just, I don't know. Your ex comes in here and says that you don't want commitment. You said you ghosted Lee, but now you just can't be alone. Like, it's not making sense.
Child, leave him where you found him. Leave him right on the curb where you found him.
And that's probably why we can't see the connection with him and Janelle. But you're saying that, and she's saying she got issues from being adopted, and you can't you leave the room. I want to know where you went. So it's like it's kind of feel like a little trauma bond going on.
Yes.
But, yeah.
And I feel like if you're looking for something serious, why are you putting out thirst traps? Like, yeah, you have to put yourself out there, I guess, if you're trying to date. But I mean, these thirst traps, like, and then your personal trainer. I don't know. It just nothing against personal trainers, but are you trying to, get some new clientele after this is all said and done? Like, what's going on here?
No, I fully have something against personal trainers. So fully have something against them. But yes, I feel you. It's not giving genuine. He's not ready. So as Cat is trying to mingle with Q, Janelle comes up lurking in the shadows, just scolding him like a mom. Is you naked? Is you naked? Why you got no clothes on? Oh my God, so embarrassing, girl. You embarrassing yourself. Anyway, okay, so then they have a little bit of banter. So Kat tells Janelle, come on, pull up. We don't mind you joining the conversation, but low key in the confessional, she was like, damn, this bitch always around. She don't never want to go nowhere, right? But she was kind of like, nice, nasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Kat says, I don't mind sharing. And Janelle says, oh, you're not sharing because he's already mine. Okay. This is where the title of the show comes in. Q, please blink if you need any help. What are y'all's thoughts? I already know where y'all going. So it's probably going to be like a 2-minute roundabout, but I still want to open the floor. Shayna, go first. What are your thoughts?
Where do you think we're going?
I feel like I know what y'all about to say, and it's only going to be a little 1-minute thing. Exactly. Right.
Listen, well, first of all, she did scold him. Like, I mean, I don't know. Seeing them together, it gives like auntie and nephew. I know I said this on.
Yes.
She wears her the dress, and then
I saw that. I was like, oh no, girl, you giving auntie right now. You giving auntie, and yeah.
And like she just wants to win. Like she don't really care about that man. She just wants to win over Kat. Like she's more concerned about the women, and that's here for the wrong reason.
Ugh. Yeah. Kira, you have a thought? I agree 100% with you, Shayna.
It was so cringy the way she pulled up, like, what? Hey, what you doing? What you doing?
Okay, from the blood.
And then he looking in the camera like, what's going on?
He's always looking at the camera. What's that
about? If I was Kat, I'd have been like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be over here.
Yes. D, what are your thoughts?
Last season at the pool at the getaway. Who was it last season?
Who?
In Miami. It was
Was that Miami or was it the DC one, the Potomac one? The girl.
Miami. It was by the pool. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. I can't remember their names.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
The same thing. It was like 2 people arguing over a guy, like at the getaway and near the pool. And I'm like, every time we have a getaway, here we go again with 2 women fighting over a man they don't even want.
They do, but they do. That's what they do. Don't even get me started. I don't want to get started.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. D, what were your thoughts?
You're good. No, it was very much giving me Moke and Steph. He's mine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time. Like it was just like that is definitely what it was giving me. It was just like, you're mine. Oh gosh, he might be doing you, but he's thinking about me. Like I don't know. I hope that's not Janelle's mindset. Like for real. But that was the vibe I was getting.
I can see her stepping that low. I mean, look at how she's acting right now at this point. Just it's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Phil and Aries. This is the first interaction with the feet. First foot interaction. We all said that we don't see no spark. Well, I guess they got sparks, but it's just so boring. Like we don't care. we just don't care about them. I fast forwarded, so I don't know what was said. Does anybody know what was said with them at the pool?
Nothing. I don't like feet. I don't know. It was just.
I don't either.
I was like, oh my god, why so
Yeah,
close?
don't. I'm not touching. I'm not doing no feet because me and y'all don't be getting pedicures like y'all should be. Now, if y'all ain't got a good pedicure, maybe.
I don't even want to see. I don't want to see anybody's feet.
To me,
I'm good with my feet. Well, not my feet, but feet when my kids were little. But like my 8-year-old who's getting to that age, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, put those over there. Put them over there.
School age is like,
so cute.
yeah, that's it. And I don't.
They get older, it's like, no.
I don't like an undone foot, like in a sandal. Like, please slap some polish or something, please.
please get pedicures. Please do it for the environment. Do it for all of us.
Every time I think about foot rubs, I always come back to Monique Samuels rubbing Chris's big old meaty toes on Potomac.
I don't think I watched that season. I think I had missed that season.
I don't watch Potomac, but I've seen Chris Samuels and he was a football player.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, sir. We are not doing this.
And I guess she called herself trying to like, this is what I do for my man. I'm a devoted wife and such and such. I was
Nah,
like,
girl.
You can only keep it up for so long.
It's a no. It's a no for me, dog. Okay, so Janelle and Quinton have an opportunity to kind of steal away, and they're talking. Quinton shares this. I try not to laugh. I know it was like a touching scene. I guess he was trying to be touching, be open and vulnerable, but he talks about his first experience with water and learning how to swim and how he was 4 years old and he literally was just thrown into the pool. And I know in that moment, if I were there, I probably shouldn't have been laughing, but I hollered. So I hollered. I already know I'm going to hell. It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. But so they talk about doing floating classes with each other. Any thoughts on that, Janelle, Quinton? Just, I mean, they really don't got nothing going on. Okay, so
it's
now
a game. There's no chemistry.
No, it's just let me just grab whoever I can so we can make it to the end, right? And cash this little check that we're gonna get. All right, so we see Chris and Lee, and I was like, okay, this is the first time Lee had something to say. She was carrying conversation. What did y'all think about this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lee is Leor no more.
Not in this setting, but maybe
wide. She was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
She was. What do you think the difference was? Because she usually Leor.
Chris said he pays the bills, honey. That's the difference.
Oh, right. Because you heard her slip in that
too.
Yes. That's real. You heard her say, "Oh, I want to go on a jaunt and just buy everything wherever we go." I was like, "Okay, yeah." She's trying to make sure you're gonna spend a little coin. That's what happened. Okay.
Chris didn't have on his foundation under the eye or nothing.
Girl. Okay, so I whatever it is y'all said, y'all thought that y'all picked up, girl, yes. Whatever it is, yes. I'm just gonna, yes.
It's just that confessional look like blended a little bit, and that's normally your thing, Belle.
Blended perfectly. No, girl, it's perfect. Like no pores or nothing, girl. It's perfection, girl. Anyway, it's perfection. Okay, Sierra and Marie. I was feeling so bad for my girl. I was like, sis, come on, sis. All right, so Sierra and Marie. Sierra is like, listen, Marie, I need you to give me more. Give me more. They're sitting outside on the patio. It's Janelle. It's Jessica. Sierra. Marie comes out. Sierra calls Marie's name and says, "Hey, come sit with me." Right? Jessica gets her panties in a bunch. It was like, I don't share my Neiman's card. I'm damn sure not sharing my man. I'm like, girl, she just asked him to sit next to her, not like marry her. And I'm like, girl, relax. Anyway, Sierra's saying that she wants more from Marie. She doesn't feel like she's able to, he's not chasing her. He's not applying pressure like he should. They go to the side and have like a little bit of a private conversation. And they're talking about how she feels like, again, you're not applying pressure. You need to come for me, not me trying to get you, etc. What are y'all thoughts on this whole Sierra and Marie situation?
I felt bad.
Here,
She kept talking about her bag being packed. I was like, oh, but I like you.
I know.
And she was trying, but
what do y'all think the disconnect?
At the end, they were talking about like the romance, and I was like, she's trying to tell you like, come harder, so I'll throw it at you, but you
gotta catch it.
Throw it at.
Right. Right. What do you
chased? And I don't know. I can't subscribe. The men want to be chased. I don't know. But I feel like she could have just self-eliminated. Like, why is that not an option this season? Self-eliminate.
Yeah. I agree. The final men of the final group of men is so man. Like was the lineup really this lackluster from the beginning? I did not expect Maria or Philip to make it this far. You damn right on that. Okay, you damn right on this. I don't understand why they friend zone Sierra. Like they just want to put her in the box over there, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Any other thoughts, Dee? Did you want to chime in?
Yeah, I just think, and I don't know if it's planned or it falls in that direction, or they purposely cast these people with this thought in mind. But there's always these boxes that they get checked, and someone always has to become the homie in every season, or somebody has to be the kind of like, I don't want to say outcast, but someone has to feel like kind of out of place because they're the big girl, or somebody has to feel out of place because they're the oldest there, or the young. Like there's always these little kind of boxes or archetypes that they create on the show, and then all of a sudden that situation plays out again. So I wasn't too surprised. I'm not sure if, and I don't know if it's because of what we're seeing on the show versus what we're not seeing, but I do think maybe some of it could be because Sierra leads with humor and she's a naturally humorous person, and maybe with some of these guys, that can kind of go either way. I can see where it might kind of be like, oh, I just kind of want to have moments where we can just have downtime and it's not necessarily about, being humorous and being funny. But then it also could be where some of these guys may want her to like perform a certain way. And if that's just not her way, then that's just not her way. And you need to find somebody else who's willing to do that because it's not a requirement.
Yeah. I think they take themselves entirely too seriously, and it's just not. Loosen up. It's funny, but it's not too much, and it's still. I mean, again, I don't date women, so I. But if I had a guy in that form, I'd be like, okay, he's so funny. Like what? Yeah. Anyway,
you think about Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta, how all the ladies like are kind of flocking to Chaotic because of his sense of humor, where it's like, oh, he's so funny, like I want to spend more time with him. But when it's the other way around, it's an issue. It's like you rather have Lee, who literally she's mute, over Sierra, who has a personality. Like, don't you want to laugh and joke with the person you're with?
I don't think so. We're gonna talk about it. Game night comes up. Actually, no. Jessica's making plates. I'm like, girl, when the hell do you make plates, girl? You over here just performing, and Sierra complaining about the same. Right, like, girl, what the hell? Okay, girl, whatever. Okay, so we get to game night, and it got a little spicy. Somebody got a little salt. I ain't gonna say saucy. Somebody got a little spicy. I'll say that. Folks got spicy. First question was, have you ever had sex with someone of the same gender? Sierra pipes up and says yes, but she, for all the reasons she enjoyed it, but she can't go back to it. And then someone asked about body count and if body count was important. I'm going to ask that question to the panel. Is body count important?
I have a question ahead of that. Belle, do you make your man plates?
No, I do not. God gave me 2 hands. God gave me 2 hands, 2 arms. He bigger than me. He bigger than me. He got more muscle than I do. He can lift way more than I can do. He can go in there and make himself a plate. We don't even eat the same. I don't eat meat like that. He's a whole like nah. Go. You grown? No, we don't do that. No. I mean, I'm still loving. Hold on, let me put it out there because this is being recorded. This is gonna be on the internet for the World Wide Web. I'm still loving my man, but making plates and stuff like that, he ain't dating no maid. I ain't a maid. I'm not the maid. Sorry. Go ahead. Back to you, D. I like the way you switched that up. Did a little switcheroo on me.
Yeah, of course. As far as it was, you said body count specifically.
Body count. Is body count important?
To me, it's only important in the way of physical, kind of, well, this is kind of the same thing, but more so like physical and I guess sexual health. Like if you are just, I want to know more so about how you take care of yourself, because I have more of an issue, because to me, regardless of the number, like if you just out here laying it low and wide, and you not being mindful of of what's going on and what's being taken care of and having checkups and all that kind of stuff. To me, that's a bigger issue than the number. I feel like a lot of guys get hung up on that, and there's obviously a lot of double standards and hypocrisy in how guys can run around and stick and move and do all that kind of stuff, but a woman does it, all of a sudden she's this, that, and the other. So so I'm already aware of that part, but for me, I'm less concerned. I'm less concerned about the count. Along with what I said, I also am wondering, like, kind of similar to what we were saying about Quinton, like, can you be alone? And are you using, with the whole body count thing, are you filling voids? Are there things that you need to like figure out and heal from? I'm not saying some folks really just do have fun and it's all good, but I also know there's always another side, to things like that. So yeah, so for me, it goes a little bit deeper.
All right, Kira, our resident mental health experts. I know I'm labeling that for you. I know. You probably like, girl, I don't want it, but that's kind of how I view you. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I'm with D. It's important to me in the health perspective, and also what are you doing now? Because I mean, you just like your body count was high back in the day, but you chilling, or your body count was high and you still just sticking and moving. So yeah, that's my two things.
Got it. Shayna, you have a thought?
I agree with the rest of the panel. I feel like, what are you doing currently? I really don't care about the body count per se. And I don't know. I like that the men said that they really didn't care either. It's kind of childish to me to ask that. Like, if a woman said I only had 3 men, like, it doesn't make her more appealing to men. They don't care. They're going to, they marry the women that slept with 100. So it really doesn't matter. So it's just like, what are you doing currently today in this moment?
I agree. Y'all, there was I don't know if y'all saw the 8 at the table. I don't know if y'all followed them on Instagram. It's they have like all these hot topic relationship questions going back and forth. And a woman said that she will stop dating a man if he asks her about her body count. And I commented and I said that I think body counts are immature. Like, don't ask. Make sure you go get tested. Show each other the clean bill of health. That's what me and my boyfriend did. I didn't ask no numbers. He didn't ask me. We just went and got tested when we decided we were going to be serious. And when I tell you that post that I wrote, I'm still getting added, mentioned, of men being like, you got a high body count, I bet. Oh, you stop being a hoe. And I'm just like, oh my God, y'all real pressed. Y'all pressed boobs, like for real pressed. To this day, like I had to like change my settings so that I wouldn't keep getting mentioned so much. But I was like, oh, okay, this is a thing for the men folk. Not all of them. but a lot of men folk. And it was very refreshing, like you said, Shayna, to hear that the guys were like, well, I don't care about that. That was refreshing to hear that. Marie, any other thoughts before we move on?
D, would you do you want your plate served? Are you serving plates?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a question.
I mean, personally, I don't mind whipping up a good plate or two. I mean, like,
Yeah.
hey,
Come on.
I got you.
Okay, come on.
You know, even if it's if my mom and I are hanging out at somebody's cookout, you know, I got my mom and whoever else. So yeah, definitely.
I know that's right.
Like we can't have these ladies moving around in all this this hot weather. I can make do.
Okay, come on now. Equality. Minus Chris, because I'm gonna wear his ass out in just a second.
Lord.
I'm gonna wear his ass out. Okay, Harold says, I think that it is the perfect way to approach it. Present results to your partner and let's go from there. The prior number is not my concern. Exactly. Do you have a clean bill of health? Let me check these levels here. Okay, we good. You good. Let's move on and we'll be fine. That's agreed. Okay. Marier has said that he has not experienced love before, and then Sierra decided that she was going to feel bad for him because he's never experienced love at his big ass age, and I think he's like 36 or 37. And what are y'all thoughts? What are your thoughts on Marier not experiencing love before or being in love?
But being able to have somebody pregnant and bring a life to the world, creating
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like it's a red flag to me. Like
that's what I wrote.
Maybe I need to try and apply more pressure. No. Like if a man wants you, he's gonna do it. Whether he think about how many times you've been in high school and the boyfriend is buying you a snack at the cafeteria, like they getting flowers from somewhere. So you don't have to have been in love before to know how to show someone you're interested and communicate and pick up the phone. Like it was just BS, and I don't know. I feel bad for his child's mother. No wonder why she's going on TikTok complaining.
Yep. Say that it don't take all that. Any other thoughts, Kira? You wanna jump in?
His child's mother and his child. You don't love your kid? I understand, I guess an adult and a kid is different, but you get the concept. It's similar. It ain't that, it's
more so what are you
romantic side with your partner, but love is love.
What are you teaching your son about how to treat a woman? Like, how's he showing his son how to love? By basically every chance he gets, like, I've never been in love before. I never met anyone who I would get down on my knee and propose to. Like, my mother wasn't worthy. You saying this on camera? My mom wasn't good enough.
Do you have any other thought?
I guess I'm confused as to what is. I would want to really know from REA, even though he says he doesn't know how. What is your personal perception of what love is? I feel like that we need to get to the root of what you believe love is, because it's love is I don't know. I think there's different ways that people receive that, and for a lot of men, and of course with the big C word, commitment, it seems like love to other people feels like a lack of control, and it's not in this. It kind of puts them into a zone where like it's out of their comfort zone basically, and they're not necessarily. I don't know. They're not. How do I say it? I just think it puts them in a position
vulnerable.
Where they sometimes have to consider factors or consider people outside of themselves.
Yes.
And that's not comfortable. Like, it requires you to kind of give of yourself, and if you're not willing to give of yourself, then it's never going to work. So
yeah, I agree with you. First thing I think of when somebody says that they've never been in love in that way, and you're about to be 40, right? I think, like you said, D, for someone who's not, when you're in love, you have to be vulnerable. There is a level of intimacy that's required. There's a lot that you have to give of yourself, and you're literally laying your life on the line, right? And to me, it's a red flag for somebody who can't do that, because then that means you have to be constantly in control, which makes me wonder, are you always in control because you want to manipulate the situation and you want to make sure that it weighs off in your favor? Like I started thinking about that. I go down that rabbit hole. Are you a manipulative person because you always have to be in control of the situation? One. Two, my biggest concern was Sierra and how she was about to contort herself into a settling relationship with Mario. I was like, oh no, this is what we do. I was watching it in real time. Like, no, Sierra, you should have been like, no, boo. But she was
I
like,
thought her reaction was going to be.
that's what I thought too. Go ahead, Kira. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Was he the one that lost? That's all right. Was he the one that lost his dad, or was that Phil?
Yes. Because I'm
Yeah.
wondering, what are you
Remember
chatting with
my-
your therapist about? Why aren't you addressing
Right.
your therapist?
Hey, Portia.
Hey, Portia.
Portia?
Yeah, no, I. Oh, so he's supposed to be in therapy?
And he was
Yeah,
born,
last
so
week-
obviously you have feelings.
Said,
Oh, I didn't watch that. Oh, you know, I didn't watch
Yeah.
the episode. Okay.
He said,
oh, yeah.
Whatever, get your copay back because it's not
Oh.
that shit is not working. Get it back. All right, so we get to the gender roles conversation. Okay, so gender roles and how it is right now. Chris pipes up, our lovely Chris with the beat. That's what I'm gonna call him. Chris with the fresh beat.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah. He does not believe in equality that our society has, because I feel like he was kind of like giving, like he was constantly comparing his Nigerian culture, which is fine, wonderful. I just read a book that is the setting and the people are all about Nigerian culture. Is amazing. But I feel like he was kind of like saying Nigerian culture is here and American culture is down here. And it's like, why can't they be both on the same? Like, why can't there be pros and cons to both cultures, right? Anyway, so he was saying that he doesn't like the way that our American society is pushing the move for equality.
Wait, question before I forget.
Yeah.
When did he say when he moved to America? Because I thought he was like he grew up. I don't know if he was Americanized.
He said he was born in Dallas. That's what I thought, right? Didn't he say he was born in Texas?
Or did he say he moved back? Did he say he moved back to Nigeria?
He
Okay.
Yes, he did. Oh, I'm getting. Yeah, no, he did.
Okay.
He did. But
But I
still,
if you grew up here, what? But okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. If he moved,
yeah,
back.
no, I think he went back. Because I think that was when he had the conversation with Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he says that women are too emotional to be in leadership positions. I keep picking on you, Kira, but I see your face and it's everything to me. So tell me what your thoughts are. He doesn't believe in equality. He thinks women are too emotional. Oh, wait, I'm gonna add to it because he had a lot to say. He thinks that, so Jessica was disagreeing with him, and he didn't like that Jessica was disagreeing, because now at this point, since he don't feel like he's gonna be able to get nowhere with her, she's public enemy number one to him. He says that if Jessica doesn't change her attitude and her combative nature, she is going to be alone with a whole bunch of cats around her, which that's not the worst thing in the world. But anyway, well, minus the cats, because I'm sorry to the cat people. I'm sorry. I don't want to start no war. But anyway, so what are y'all's thoughts? Kira, I'm going to go to you first. What do you think about what Mr. Chris had to say?
I blame it all on him. The events that follow. Look, got my camera doing backflips. The events that follow, I was like, really? I mean, at least at this point, he was finally like honest and upfront and said it with his chest, because we was already getting that vibe from him anyway. But it was like,
Exactly.
oh, we're emotional, because y'all have been moving quite emotionally, if I might add. But I'm gonna stop there. I just was like, yeah, I'm with Portia. It was very cringe worthy.
Very cringe.
Yeah.
D, I'm gonna let you go. Help speak for the men folk. Tell us what you think.
Well, I'll speak for certain ones.
Right. The elevated, mature men. Right.
Oh Lord. First, to piggyback off of what Kira said, like, yeah, you talking about women being emotional, but yeah, you are acting a whole donkey in this preview for next week. Like,
Okay, I wonder who
that
he was talking
is
to.
the epitome. I'm gonna save it because I know we shouldn't be discussing it just yet. But I was like, sir, something. The elevator ain't going all the way to the top. So let's not talk about somebody being emotional. But what I thought was almost funny about it is that it's such a, it was almost like out of the, and even I don't know, even saying the word misogyny to me is almost too easy because it just felt like it was such obvious, typical, boring, like stuff. Like, how many times have we heard that being said before? I would have been more. I would have found it more interesting if you at least had found a new way to voice this. But I'm like, but the whole women are emotional. Women shouldn't have their hand on the button. Like, are you mad? Oh, is it because you're on your period? It's just like, look, this is 2023, and I feel like you should have some kind of awareness about how women are. And I feel like. And my thing is, the ex had already talked about servitude, and we all were kind of like, so what's that about? And it's clear that he genuinely, it's not just like, oh, I want you to help out, and maybe I'm not as, maybe I'm just used to you kind of serving or whatever. But no, I think you think women play a specific role. And that's just how you live your life. And that is really unfortunate. And my thing is, if this man should end up having a child, and it's unfortunate, it shouldn't even take this for this, like, to even be the awareness, if it even comes. But so if you have a daughter and then she gets around this man who decides he wants her to take on those same habits and kind of reduce her and put her in this box, are you okay with that? Or like, how do you feel about passing on that kind of mentality? So to me, it was just kind of like, oh, snooze, boring. Like, how many times are we gonna say this stuff over and over again? Like, it's stale, it's boring, it's old. Like, dude, get with it. Why?
Yeah. Harold said, what's disappointing is I gave Chris 1.0 his props a couple weeks ago. Now I gotta backpedal. I know, join the club because I have to backpedal on Janelle too. I feel you, because I can't get jiggy with the Marceau Flintstone Scott mentality in 2023. That's it right there. I'm gonna leave it up for a while because that's the truth. That's the truth.
It's so funny because I was thinking the same thing. Like, he had us all fooled with that smile, and it's like a level above misogyny. It's like, you just a straight up caveman. That's crazy.
Yes. Yes. And I'm about to take it there. I know I'm gonna be wrong. I'm already going to hell, so it's fine. But Shayna, do you have anything to say before I take it there?
Yeah, he lost me with that one. With the women shouldn't be controlled. That knowing that men are emotional, even sometimes more so than women. I feel like if you're not able to be open and honest about the fact that you are emotional, you have emotions you need to tap into, then how can you control any narrative?
Right.
I mean, I do feel like he was kind of upfront with his, thoughts and idealisms about being traditional. I didn't like how he how he tried to backslide a little bit with Aries, like saying, "Oh, she wants to work. It's fine." No, it ain't. You don't want her to work. That's fine. Stand on it. Find somebody who feels the way you feel, and that's okay. But all the ladies surprised me when they were like, "What?" And he was like, "And I'll pay all the bills." And they was like, "Oh, well." I was like, y'all switched up so fast. Let's say you want to be a traditional, and then you need to make sure that's all the way around. Don't say, "Yeah, I want to be traditional," and then in certain areas you want her to pick up the slack.
Right.
And his ex said, "Look, it's servitude. You're not going to get it back. This is what it is with him." So if someone wants that, just to have the bills paid, they need to remember that he's not going to help you in any other areas. When you need some assistance in the kitchen or anything, he's not going to do it.
So then what's the point of dating him? He brings nothing to the table. He brings nothing. Sorry, go ahead, D.
No, you're good. No, I felt like I was forgetting something. And yes, this is in regards to what Portia is saying. Yeah, this whole idea, like, again, something that is very rudimentary and old fashioned. It's like, this is not a read. This is not a drag. This is like none of this. Trying to say like, you're going to be sitting in your house with all your cats or all your dogs or your fish or whatever. I'm like, okay, like, this is not like a life imprisonment. Like, this is not a punishment. Like, I don't know what you think you're putting across, but it's like, it's not. Like, I guess, well, no. Because to a lot of these men, they feel like it's a punishment. Like, how dare you not go through life without a man to lead you? How dare you go not needing or depending or wanting or, like needing, I need a man. Like, no, like, a lot of these, most, I won't even say a lot. Well, I mean, there are some, but I'm just saying, but most women can go through life, and yes, they may want companionship, but are they gonna just lay down and die if they don't get it?
No,
absolutely not. I even said on, I've done like my series recaps on like the Gilded Age and Bridgerton, and what I find interesting is that, of course, especially in those societies, you take it all the way back, there are all these stigmas about women and singlehood and the whole thing. And I made it a point to say, like, everybody talks about, spinsters and, like kind of like how that word comes about. But in one case, due to the sister ended up being kind of pushed into marriage, the other sister recognizes that it ended up being inadvertently being a blessing for her, because even though she's a spinster, she has her own income, her own house, her own life, like she ain't like, she don't have to deal, and so I said, like, that word gets thrown around, but the reality of it is so different even back then. Like, if you really look at the reality of what it would look like when you suddenly were on your own or weren't attached, I think it's really interesting when you dig into the cultural side of that. And it's the same thing today. But people really just think like, oh no, a lot of these, because we have the pick-me's of the world.
Yes.
They think that they represent our women. It's like, oh, we're all ready to take charge. And it's like, no.
Nah.
Most of these women are chilling and they'll be fine. Cats, dogs, fish, whatever.
Yes. Sleeping well. Just have wonderful dreams at night. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the irony of him saying that she's going to be the doggone Catwoman and Q's the one talking about he can't be alone. And I'm like, come on now. You calling us emotional, but your representative ain't looking so good.
And if we bring up the Love and Marriage Huntsville reference, not because I know Belle's ready to go in. But
I am. I'm chomping at the bits, but keep going. Go ahead.
Love and Marriage Huntsville reference. It's like, oh, Marcel, he wanted initially how they came on and portrayed, or even with Melody and Martell, it's like, oh, this man, he's a leader. When Melody and Martell divorced, we know who really was behind the scenes doing all the work. So while you're allowing this man to make it seem like he's the one carrying the load and doing all these things and helping you, he's this provider and leader. We know that he can't even function without you. He can barely probably even make a doctor's appointment
without a sentence. Or read his name.
Tisha wasn't working, but behind the scenes, she was the one that was doing all of the work. Her name, he's a partner. She's the one with the ownership in the business. Right. She holds the chairs, but she was portraying as some housewife. Right. He didn't even know what his son's allergy was. Right. Crazy. Like, this is just
I really want us to be free from this whole going back to what you were saying, Shayna, when you said that the women were like, oh, my wife she don't need to work. I'll pay all the bills. And all the women were like, oh, okay. I'm like, but that's you giving up your power. Like, you're giving up your power. So if you're giving up your money and your independence, then you're going to be desperate and trying to find and grab onto whatever you can. So I think women need to have their own money. That way money can be taken off the table so we can talk about what are you really bringing? Am I going to be in servitude to you for the next 15, 20 years of my life? Like, that's insane. The last thing, and I'm gonna say, I have to say this, I'm trying to see, do I want to choose violence?
I can see
okay, the most, I'll say the sassiest of men in the room talking about women need to be feminine and all this other foolishness, the most sassiest man in the room is questioning who's masculine and who is not. I thought that was some irony. I'm like, nah, I know you not talking about gender inequality, and you over here. Okay.
Is it because he really don't there? Is it because he really doesn't, necessarily like women, but more so just what women can do for him?
Yes, that is what I'm getting from him. Like, he is not.
Poor thing.
Because I understood what Kat said when she was like, I've been masculine or alpha or whatever. I don't want to be that anymore, because Lord knows I felt the same. Like, the respect isn't there when it's kind of like I feel like I'm doing the feminine work and the masculine work. But I feel like you have your own money though. Like,
yes,
if he's paying the bills, be safe, because on that day,
yes,
in your face.
Yes, money is power.
Yeah, right. I don't mind giving a man a plate and all that. But will you be able to do that for me if I need that? Or do you mind doing that for me? Or there needs to be some give and take. It shouldn't be me giving. And it's like, well, I get the bill, and then you just throwing that in my face.
Right. Go ahead, Kira. What were you gonna say?
And I think I feel like that's how we got here with Chris and part of how we got here with Chris and Jessica. Because we were talking about, like, if she was down and he was like, I would nurture you and I would do this and I would do that, basically until you able to get back on your feet. And then, but you lied.
Right.
You lied.
Right. And I was just going to say that studies show that the men not staying around like that. They're not sticking around. They're with you until you are of no use to them. So have money, have your own money, have your own shit. Have your own power. That way you don't have to worry about, and I'm not saying lord it over somebody, but that's just basic human decency 101. Like, you don't have to lord what you have over someone, but you definitely need to have your own shit. Because
Keisha, when you say I feel like a single mother and a single person in a marriage that's supposed to be a partnership,
right?
Like, you're gonna feel like you're single and doing everything, because once the kids start coming, he's gonna be like, I did my part. I went to work today.
Oh, see, that's when I have to box you. I'm gonna have to box. Meet me outside. I'm not about to be doing all this by myself. Oh, hell,
You went to work, but you did everything else, and he just went to work.
Nah, run me that fade. Nah, nigga, come change a diaper. You gonna do something? Read a bedtime story. You gonna do something in this motherfucker? I did not bring these kids in my. Come on.
Well, we see how Melody is thriving now that she's out of that situation. Like, now that she's able to be like, listen, he really was. I really was the one behind the scenes. I was the brains behind the operation. How she's thriving, how he's struggling.
Yes.
So there, and they be miserable with these, old ways of thinking. This is a new day.
It's so old. Please throw it away. But it just benefits men. Oh, I'm gonna go back to your comment, Harold. My bad. I just missed Portia. And that's why men like Marceau don't want you to work. They want you to financially depend on them so you can't leave. Exactly. Trying to set up a trap to keep you up under their thumb.
And he said he got her pregnant that third time. She's like, oh, we said when this last baby. Yeah, he gave you another baby to keep you in that house just a little bit longer.
Yes. I didn't realize that some men that are mentally deranged really do be trying to trap you. Like, some of these men do that. It's crazy. When he said that, I was looking at him like, wow, you've really downloaded the Kevin Samuels manual and embedded it in your brain, right? All while applying that blush that he had on. We all saw that.
So you said you're giving Kevin Samuels sass? Let me
Kevin sassy. See, I was gonna keep it to myself. I had been seeing that, I hadn't peeped it a couple episodes ago, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just like, all right, I ain't gonna say nothing. But then he's talking all this foolishness.
Listen, he's Auntie Kevin. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Auntie Kevin, for real. He downloaded embedded it into his brain. It's all up in the settings. For real. Okay, so from that conversation, Janelle, I guess, is trying to explain how helpmeets work. I can't remember the word. Is it helpmate or helpmeet?
No, it was helpmate.
Helpmate. Okay, she's trying to explain how the Bible. Go ahead, Rory.
I think it's helpmeet in the Bible. You went to school for Bible?
I did, but the word it changes though, depending on the version you're reading.
I
So
think
it's help me
I
or help
think
me.
help me. That sounds more appropriate.
It's more theology.
Yeah, but girl, this is why I don't believe in. I'm sorry, this is a offline conversation. Yeah, but yes, I did go to seminary school. I did a year and a half of seminary school. Anyway, what was I going to say? So Janelle's trying to explain her version of what a help mate. I'll say mate, help with that, whatever help meet is, or help mate. And Kat jumps in, and like Shayna was saying, she had already tried to be in her masculine and it didn't work, and she wants to be able to relax in her feminine and not have to worry about anything and just be herself. Now I don't know how it went and how it got started, but anytime Janelle, and y'all pipe in and tell me how it got started, because I was like, oh my god, what the hell. Anytime Janelle's talking to any of these women, she already got a nasty ass attitude. She always gonna have an attitude with these women, point blank period. I guess she cut Kat off, and Kat was just like, listen, I don't know who you're talking to, but it's not me. And so that's when the back and forth and the forth and back started. We already know who's at fault. It was when Janelle started calling people ugly ass bees that I was just like, all right, Janelle, you a piece of work. Any thoughts on this? Any thoughts?
Yeah. I want D to go. He rolled his eyes so hard.
Yes, D, go ahead.
So here's one thing I want to say really quickly. Because, I'm not, obviously, I feel like, there are certain people who do a whole lot of this. And Janelle is obviously one of those people who talk. I feel like what Janelle is I feel like Janelle probably feels comfortable doing that to some extent. Probably because of the environment and probably because of the specific women and personalities she's around. But, I feel like what comes to mind for me personally, whenever the more I see of Janelle, I just kind of feel like
he about to share the screen.
He must be good.
I see him.
Oh
Lord.
Oh, come on, technology.
Oh God, I see it in the. Are you sharing it?
Oh, did you guys see it?
I see it in the studio, but it's not sharing yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
Okay.
Mercury's in retrograde. Let me see.
God.
Did y'all hear anything or no?
No, we didn't hear anything either. I just saw it in the studio.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah. Janelle is so insecure, which is really sad because she's so beautiful on the outside only. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, she is so pretty, but child.
She's starting to look really it's like her personality is taken. I can't even look at her physical anymore.
It came up.
And it went away.
And then went away.
Yeah.
I think I know who that is. My bad, y'all were talking. Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, you working on pulling up again?
Yeah, it was like the second time where I pulled up and it wasn't out. Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
That's okay.
Can you guys see it now?
Yes, we can see it now.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Where the hell do you find this stuff, D? Please help me understand. Where do you find this stuff?
That clip was like 13 years old. I found that when I was like in college, and I was just like, this is a little too relatable for a lot of scenarios.
But that's Janelle. That's what
I'm saying. I just feel like Janelle has gotten too comfortable, and I like I said, this is not my mentality, but I just feel like it's one of two things. I feel like some folks have to either, well, I'll say three. I'll give it three. But I feel like some people have to either be humbled by life at some point. They're big bad and whatever. They either have to be humbled by life, humbled by somebody cussing them out from head to toe and all the way back up again, or being humbled by being popped upside their head and in their mouth. And I just feel like Janelle is one of those folks. I just feel like, like Cat is obviously not trying to engage like that, even though I thought it was funny. She goes, no, you just a rude egg, you know what.
Right.
I just think, Cat's the one who walked away, but I'm like, you're going to find the wrong one day doing all that rah-rah stuff, and it's going to be another situation.
I was thinking that same thing. I was thinking that same thing.
I'm looking at the comment.
What were we going to say, Shayna?
I was laughing at Harold's comment. Sorry.
Oh, Harold, she has gotten too comfortable, and she better watch herself before she damn sure wreck herself. You right?
It's giving Regina George.
Oh, absolutely. It's yes, it is that all the way. I'm telling you, I want to know what Janelle's high school stories are, because I wouldn't be surprised if it's what I think they were.
Getting beat up all the time at school.
I'm like, either she was beating some folks up, or she is now the one who got bullied. Now she's like, oh, I can be the bully now, or either that or she's always been the bully. It is one of those two.
I think it's I got beat up, and now I can be the bully.
Yeah,
personally. Any other thoughts before we move
that
on?
lady that was on Love Is Blind?
Yeah.
I didn't watch
bad skin on the last season of Love Is Blind.
I didn't watch the show.
I think Janelle was the one who was always bullying.
Yeah, she said people picked on her at school when she was bullied because she had bad skin and da-da-da. And then she was there bullying the girls. I was like, oh, yeah, you're one of those. Okay, Gretchen Wieners, we got you. I see you.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Gretchen Wiener. Come on now. Recess. Yes. Okay.
Janelle was the opposite. I think everybody's always probably told her she's pretty and whatever. And so she has just always been a bully. And now she's just a grown adult bully.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was going to say part of why this happened is because basically I think Janelle said something like, I don't understand how, such and such has become synonymous with being, masculine. And I don't think this. And then Kat said, well, that's not what we're saying, though. And then she was like, well, hold on, because I'm not saying you're saying that. And so that's when Kat was like, okay, just flag on the play, like chill, like, can we have a mature conversation? And she's like, no, I'm gonna have an attitude. And I'm just like, woof, woof, woof. Arf, arf, arf. It's the same thing every single time. Why?
Yes. What
did y'all think about Q's reaction when he said in his confessional, he's like, I ain't like that. But he's sitting there holding her hand, consoling her like she's the victim. Like, what? Like, wait a minute. You need to be getting that chasing that forget.
Yeah, I lost so much respect for him.
Scared.
Yes. Yeah, he was scared.
I thought it was telling that everybody else the only ones in there still.
Yep.
Yeah. He's like, oh, don't let her get to you. Like, don't let her get to you. What did you watch what we just watched?
Right.
Like, what?
Right. You know whose side he's got to be on. He is such a I don't like you. I do not like him.
He should have been questioning his choices at that point. That's what he should have been doing.
Nah, he don't want to be single.
I don't like it. And then in front of her, say in front of her, like, hey, I don't really like, how you responded to that. That wasn't, or pull her to the side. Nope, nobody else was there at that point. He could have said it. Exactly. Later on that night, he could have said something.
Right.
And I feel like, cool. Yeah, and I feel like all that was bad enough. But that last ugly ABs, I was like, look, I'm not trying to take it there. But I'm like, is it a coincidence that the women, or at least the one woman, if not a couple of women that you're referring to,
are darker skinned?
Are they not you? I don't know.
That's what it's given.
It's given.
Earlier, she had called her a Barbie. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you an ugly AB. And it's like, well, wait a minute.
No, Janelle called herself a big Barbie.
Oh, I thought she called Cat. I thought she called Cat a big Barbie. Like I'm not arguing with that big old Barbie. Or
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then they turn around and call her ugly AB. Like here we go again. Like you can be the only pretty woman in the room, and it's like, well, why are you? You don't mind? Like you said, the three in the car, they are like you. She was friends with Jessica before. I don't even know how Jessica's still friends with her after watching this.
Yeah. Wrong road, wrong team.
Yeah, wrong team. She on the wrong road, boo. Wrong road. All right, Marielle and Sierra. Again, we had this struggle conversation where I really just felt like Sierra needed to just go out like a G and vote herself off, because trying to do what she was attempting to do with Marielle, and he really ain't about that. They have that conversation. She says that she's going to try to do more. Marielle then goes to, I guess everybody's winding down, and he went and brought Jessica some soap as she was, I guess, stretching or doing maybe some yoga poses or something. That scene was hella awkward. What did y'all think about? I was like, what is happening? What is happening here? Any thoughts on that?
Well, first, Harold is a whole fool. Do y'all know what this means? Because I do. You don't know what that means?
Is it a coincidence?
Oh.
Denty?
Not Denty.
What is it?
Oh, y'all really don't know.
Coincidence?
Okay. It's all right. No. Okay, so you guys continue the conversation. And I'll do another one of mine.
Oh, look, he gonna pull up one of the clips. Look. Okay, good.
Okay. I think I have an idea, but I'll wait for him to pull it up.
Yeah.
I'll start back with the Sierra and Marielle conversation. With that conversation, I felt like I didn't like at the end when she was like, well, you better recognize you got a good thing. And then he was like, no, you better recognize. And it was like, here we go with this sassiness again. You better, like, oh my God, it's a guy giving competition. Like, no, I'm the catch. Like, oh my gosh. And he went over there with his main console.
And I thought that conversation might have.
Go ahead, Karen. Oh, you froze for a second.
I thought that conversation might have. Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the conversation with Sierra might have saved him because he was in there with Jessica and she was like, yeah, so I'm a stretch. I'm going to go to bed, baby. Okay. All right. And I think he was like, I was like, oh, maybe Sierra's going to stay. And then I was like, no.
When Jessica, what time do you start your day? And it's like, what do y'all talk about? What have y'all been conversing about on this phone?
Please.
You don't know what time he wakes up for the day. What shift is he? Where does he work at?
Please. I promise you, I feel like I don't think Marielle got a job, y'all. I really don't think he got a job. He give unemployed. He really do. He give unemployed job. He said he don't get up till 11, 12 o'clock. That's when his day starts.
It's like, how are y'all not talking about this before? She had her glasses on and her makeup off, and she was like, I'm gonna go do some work. Like, isn't this the weekend getaway? Or did I?
Well, you already know. You know Jessica workaholic. She's a type A personality. She's very much type A. That man said he don't get up till 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. She can't get over those tarot cards, and she needs to just come to grips with it. And also, you can take her things and just go.
Oh, okay.
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I ask you. Is it a coincidence?
I love me some Nene Leaks. I forgot about that clip.
Was this this is when Eva was on the show, right? Was this when Eva was on the?
I think so.
I forget. Yeah, listen, I am not a Real Housewives connoisseur. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot.
Like, I could be wrong. I feel like this might have been when she was having that conversation about certain somebody getting a whole bunch of spinoffs, and she would. I feel like it was.
Yeah. So
is it a coincidence?
Got it. No, ma'am. But she always was Nene.
I
ain't gonna say nothing, but Nene. Yeah. What I think, Shayna, were you saying something? Kira, were you saying something? I think. Wanted to pick it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
I don't know if you had any thoughts about it.
Oh yeah, did you have anything to talk about with Marie bringing Jessica soap and the awkward exchange and finding out he don't wake up till 12 o'clock in the afternoon?
I was like, look, I will tell you, I am nobody's morning person. Although over time, I am. Like I think we've talked about that, Belle. Like now, I get up, like we get up at like the same time, pretty much. And now my body, and even like whether I like being up early, I recognize the value of being up, and I can get so much done. Like if I just give myself that time, like I need it. Like these hours go by fast. So and just my body just I need to get up and just get out. My mom was the same way, and I really kind of learned that from her. But yeah, I that kind of threw me. I'm like, I haven't woken up at noon since I was like in like middle school, high school, probably high school. Yeah, it's been a long time. So that threw me. And then as far as what was it, Kira or no, it was I think it was I'm sorry, Shayna. And but saying Shayna was saying how Marie did that little weird kind of clap back thing where he was like, oh yeah, you need to record. I'm like, that's not okay. What? Like she's saying that's a good thing, and now you're saying no, you. I'm like, but you're the one who's not. How does?
Yeah, that's not the flex he thought it was. Go sit down.
Oh, like, please.
Oh, wait.
No, he doesn't take that child to school. It's giving Ralph energy over there.
I'm telling you, don't contribute to nothing. Did y'all hear what Sierra said after when the Cat and Janelle thing were going back? Sierra was like, this turned into VH1 real quick. That was the highlight of the episode. Real quick.
It's been given that ever since Tequila was on there.
It has. But somebody broke the fourth wall and said it, and it was hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
That was funny.
Marie said, or Harold said, Marie might be the DoorDasher that Janelle was talking about. You're absolutely right.
I'm starting to see some of the things Janelle was saying, like trying to piece it together. Like, okay, Herbert has a girlfriend at home. Okay, that's a DoorDasher or two here. Okay,
I can see that. I'm telling you. Oh my God. Yes. Hold on. Well, I holler because we've been saying that. Yes, it's giving very much. I'm unemployed. Phil and Aries again. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Shayna?
So you could DoorDash any time of night.
I mean, and no shade to anybody who DoorDashes. That's not a problem. We're not hating. Get your money however you can. But Marie, not when you trying to be the prize, Marie. You can't be DoorDashing so much you the prize.
That's why he said he doesn't mind Jessica being, everything Chris complained about. He don't mind it because he's like, I'm not going to be paying all your bills anyway.
Oh, he's trying to be a kept man. Oh, that's it. He's trying to be kept. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Marie looking for sugar mama.
He looking for sugar mama. That's what he looking for. I see your game, Marie. Well played, my brother. Well played. Phil and Aries again, and her feet. Her eyebrows though, perfection. Were they still white? Do you think they're tattooed on, or did she draw them on and left them on?
I think she draws them on.
She draws them on, right? They look drawn on. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry, I was like, oh my God, look at these eyebrows. Come on, brows. Come on. Cat. Okay, so the next morning, day 2, did Tommy come in the evening time? Because I can't remember. My bad. I only watched the episode once. But Tommy came in and said one of the women are going home.
It was the next morning.
The next morning. Okay, thank you. So day 2, Tommy comes in, tells everybody.
Wait, we skipped over Lee's workout.
No, that was day 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was before Tommy came.
Oh, the workout was before Tommy came. Oh, child. Okay.
Because I had something to say about your friend Janelle, but
I was gonna say something, but We can talk about that. Okay, so the step class with Lee, it looked fun to me. I would do something like that. What
Me
did
too.
y'all go ahead? You would too, D?
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
it doesn't help, but you know, you and Belle, you and I were just having that discussion about the old school sitcoms, and so I don't know if you've seen the episode of Martin where they all go to the step class, and Martin can't keep
That's
up, and he's swinging his leg up like this, and,
That's what I thought of.
and stumbling all around, running into everybody else, like, and then he becomes super obsessed with it after the fact. He's trying to give Gina broccoli pops for dessert.
I do remember that. I used to love Martin, Living Single. Those were my shows.
Good old.
Portia
Says,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, Portia says, ain't nothing wrong with being a DoorDasher, but you shouldn't be on a show with successful, driven women who make six figures. I'm going to have to agree with her. I'm going to have to agree with Portia.
Yeah. I was going to say, you probably shouldn't be talking about wanting a woman who's healthy when folks on Twitter and online are calling you Bellier instead of Marier. So, yeah, it might be necessary self-awareness there.
I'm not on X, or formerly known as Twitter.
Right. Oh my God. Okay, so Janelle during the step class. Okay, I'm not gonna take up for Janelle, but I'm gonna just say something that I noticed. I noticed. I'm not taking up for Janelle. I am not. But I feel like Lee was trying to put a little dig in there. It was indirect digs, like, oh, I noticed Janelle isn't compatible in the gym like Quinton would be. I'm like, look at Quinton. He got a little beer belly too. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, she was like, I don't think Janelle is compatible in the gym like Quinton would be. And I was just like, what you trying to say? That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say nothing else about Janelle.
Quinton got a beer belly. I didn't see that.
Girl, you ain't see that belly?
No, it's not helping her keys.
I thought that was
good. Belly air. Oh my God.
Sorry if I'm sniffling, y'all. My allergies are tearing me up right now.
Yeah, mine too. We actually saw Lee come alive. You absolutely right.
Yeah, that was her element. And Q noticed too. But Janelle, I mean, even Marielle put on like a t-shirt, like she had her pajamas on or whatever that was. Like, girl,
she did.
Come on now. She did 1 or 2 steps and then was like, I don't want to do this. I'm sitting down. Like, girl.
She's so anti. And it's not even like, girl, for what? For what?
It's like, you know, into fitness.
What'd you say, Kira? I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
No, I said, and before she sat down, she was just standing there like,
yeah, that stink look. Like, we get it. You're out of shape. You're out of shape. It's fine. You don't got no attitude. Whatever.
Before she sat down.
Yeah.
And Belle, but I understand what you're saying. Like, he's not. I think maybe beer is overboard, but I will say Quinton doesn't have a flat six pack, and then it didn't help that Chris was also in the room because you can kind of see the disparity between Chris and Quinton.
Yeah. I didn't know Chris had a body yada yada under that those loose shirts.
Yes, he does, but
just keep in mind what you got to put up with when you get the chance to look at that behind closed doors.
It's not even worth it.
With those six.
That's all you got. A 6-pack and a prayer, girl. No, thank you. I'm good. It's a no for me. Any other thoughts on step class? Who and what?
I think you could also be debt free.
Girl, no, girl. No.
I just wanted to be said, and I feel like it's been said plenty of times by all of us, but this scene and really any scene that Lee is in just kind of reminds me again that Lee has body yada yada yada.
Yes.
He's fine.
Yes, absolutely.
And if Janelle, when she thinks she has, it's like, girl, you don't pajamas. Like, Janelle. And the attitude, like knowing that this is his, like this is what he claims he does for a living. Like, I feel like you should at least be open to it because the person you're in, your man, my man is into this.
Okay, so I have a question. Who, because y'all got me saying this, and I hadn't said it before, but where are you guys getting, because I already know he's a good man, Savannah. I already know where that comes from. Who started the my man? Is that from somebody, or did y'all just say that?
That was
Carisha.
Yeah, Carisha, when she was talking about Santana.
When she said, my man, your man left you for
dead. Santana was hosting like an event, and I guess at the time his boyfriend was a chef or brought food, actually brought pizza or something like that. But it wasn't. It was only one box of pizza and the little 8-ounce waters or whatever. And she was like, "How you got your man? You say my man, but this what your man fed us? Your man left us for dead, hope, or whatever." Basically, is what she was saying. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I knew there had to be like a specific reference, but I didn't have it. So
TikTok will take something that's been in my head ever since.
Okay.
We'll turn this whole song like
yes, living rent free. I love Carisha. I love him. Okay, Carisha was talking about how Santana and Chef D. Oh, yeah, Chef D. Thank you.
What did y'all think about Santana running out that club like a linebacker, pushing security out the way with that whole Menazelle and Bambi?
I would have been right with him.
I'm hollering because I think it was Rocks reposted that clip. I don't know what song this is, but it's basically like, move out the way.
When Carisha posted it again, she was like, when my man called, and they put it in and they sped it up a little bit. I would have been right behind him. You pushing him out the way, I'm right behind you. I don't play about that.
Me who?
Somebody else reposted and said like, when it's a minute before you about to get off of work. And I was like, I really would do that because I'll be running out my job. Like, I gotta get home.
Don't ask me nothing.
Chill, yeah.
But see, now we could use that whole thing of, we could say it too saucy. Like, Zell can't be talking about my man, because Saucy left him.
He left him for the good. And I'm glad. Good. Because they got caught up. No, thank you. We don't need no mug shots. No thanks. It's a no for us. Okay, so Kat and Chris have breakfast. This is when they have breakfast after this, right? Where Tommy comes and tells them that a woman is going to be eliminated. Y'all, I'm getting it mixed up.
They had breakfast first.
Okay, so they have breakfast.
Very end.
And they walk outside. I guess he wants to have a little alone time with her. This is where they bond over their culture, very similar culture. I think she's from her father is from Sierra Leone, and obviously, he's Nigerian. I wrote, I wish she would go home. I was like, oh my God, what my notes were. I wish Kat would go home because it was very awkward when she was talking to all of these men. Like, I was just like, girl, please just go home, please. None of these men are here for you. What were your thoughts on that conversation?
Real quick, I was going to respond to Portia and say that yes, I did actually. I don't know if it was I can't remember if it was. I don't think it was the same night as that panel, but I think the next time after that, I went back and I watched. And I ended up seeing it, and I can't remember what. I can't remember if Lee had on red or yellow, but basically, as always, she was looking, divine. And I noticed that, Janelle kind of had that same sour, real bitter look on her face. So I caught that.
Lee is a chocolate girl too.
Yeah. That's why Tommy gonna call out her for having that good thigh and that leg out, and Janelle just got her knapsack on, just
not the burlap sack.
It was a second person was on a date with the ex, and I'm like, then again at the bridge, like, take this picnic basket blanket off. Like, what is this? What is this tie around the shoulders? I hate it.
It did look like a picnic bag. Like, it was kind of like all up on her. Yes.
Big, like, oh my God, take it off. Why? It's not flattering. It makes you look more frumpy. And after a day of not working out, like, it's just not
It did look
flattering.
Aww.
And let me say this, and I'm not being literal. This isn't coming from me literally when I say this. But my thing is, if you can go so far as be calling women ugly ABs with a very questionable undercurrent preference, you know what I'm saying? Then you can't be mad if someone were to call out your lack of fitness expertise.
Right.
You know right. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna throw it out, like if you're gonna dish it out, you better be able to take it.
You better take it.
Do that. And if someone said it, she would be acting a fool. So
yeah.
I just wanted to throw out because I'm like, we can all say something about everybody if we're talking about it. So the way you're throwing that out there, somebody can throw it right back your way.
Exactly. And I wish they would. I'm glad Cat spoke up because I'm sick and tired of her lawnmower and these women.
Because Cat made a good point when she said your spirit is nasty and your personality is trash and ugly. And it's just like, yeah, it is. No one, I haven't heard any of the other women like degrade anybody. Only her. She's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to eliminations, or I'm sorry, we get to deliberations. All the men are saying who are on their top, who are on the bottom. Men on Q says that he's feeling Janelle. Actually, I think it was Chris that said he's open to the possibility of Lee. He said he spoke first. I think he made mention of, he kind of made reference that nobody else wanted her. He didn't use those specific words, but that's what I wrote down and that's what I gather. I was just like, I don't know if that's that should be your reasoning. Yikes. Lee, and then who was the other person? Cat. He said he's still intrigued by Cat. Quinton, I'm feeling Janelle. That she called me baby, I call her baby, and we each other's baby. I don't like you. I do not like him. And then Marier points out his connection with Sierra. I have thoughts on that. I'll get to that in predictions. What are y'all thoughts? So Q, and then obviously, Phil said he's with Aries hands down.
This is like the second time Tommy had to be like, do you really like Sierra?
Yes.
Like, I'm trying to force a connection and just accept the fact that there's no one there for you. You have to go. Like,
exactly.
I know it might be an extra check, but you just got to let it, just accept it.
Right. Well, girl, he door dashing, girl. He trying to get all the checks he can. He trying to collect all the checks he can.
Let it go. I don't know what his motive is. It's like you're not promoting a business or anything. So you're just dragging it on for what reason at this point?
Kira, what were your thoughts on the elimination, or I'm sorry, the deliberations in terms of who's at the top, who's staying?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, we can see from a mile away,
Right.
I knew Sierra was going to be one in the bottom. I was just trying to, the other one wasn't. I was like, that tracks.
Yeah, it does. That's true.
I thought it would be Cat.
That's who we wanted it to be because we genuinely know she has no connection, but
could have been.
Yeah.
Right. But they've been pushing Sierra out for the last 3 episodes. So D, any thoughts?
Yeah, from before, I want to say I don't know if it was the first scene or the second scene or whenever we first saw Sierra, it was not far into the episode at all. I was just like, yeah, it's Sierra. Despite the BS they pulled at the end of the episode, my just thought was in any sense of the word, Sierra is involved in the final, in the final 2 and the final delivery. All of it is going to center around Sierra, and I think the one thing, as much as this show gets on our nerves and we kind of feel like it's falling off the issues we have with it, this and that, I don't feel like anyone, what's the word? I don't feel like there's anyone that has left the show and people haven't at least respected that in some sense, where it's just like, okay, we understand. There's no connections, do your thing. I feel like people respect that more than someone just kind of floating around and just hanging in there just to stay on the show. I just and my thing is, why even subject yourself to be just deal with those emotions and feelings. Like, oh, hopefully someone will, choose me. And
Exactly.
I think to Kira's point, JB said in that when he was talking about that conversation he had with Jessica, that some people wanted to self-eliminate and the producers told them, which I'm like, how can they tell you no? I mean, are they holding you hostage? As much as they talk, I don't think they have an ironclad contract. But I mean, it's the same thing with Married at First Sight. The people used to just leave early, and now it's like, no, we got to stay to the end. And it's like, it's painful to watch. Let these people go.
Please. Portia says Maria and Jessica are holding on for dear life. I don't know why, because they don't really like each other. It was very apparent when he went and brought her that soap.
Yes.
She was just looking at him like,
okay. She like, okay, you here? Why?
Yeah, like, okay, you can go. You can go. Like, she really was.
My nighttime glasses on. Like, goodbye.
Yes. Good day, sir. Good day. I said
you
good
can
day.
tell when you're talking to somebody and you like just kind of being like, you being nice, but you really ready for them to go like, oh yeah, right. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, right.
I watch it myself.
Yes, please hurry. Harold says, does Tommy have a hand in the vetting process? I'd be thinking surely he doesn't let these shaky ones slip through the cracks. He needs to start leaving some of the folk right on the audition tapes. I agree. Yeah. But I'm starting to think that they know some of this stuff is just pure entertainment. Yeah. Right? So why not bring this person on who is clearly unfit to be in anybody's relationship, but it's just good for TV? Because there is no way that Tommy can look me in the eye if I ever got to meet him in person and tell me that he actually believed what Maria said about Jessica. He even on his face, he looked like, what? That don't even make sense. He just looked confused, and I thought he was gonna call him out on it, but he didn't. So I personally don't think Tommy is really.
Tommy's not involved. I think it's just the producers that do it behind the scenes. He's just there to host. He doesn't even say anything anymore. Like, he doesn't give any advice. He doesn't. He's just literally just tells them what they have to do next, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know. I don't think he has a hand in the vetting process, but whether he did or not, at this point, Tommy don't give a f about what's going on this show. He's getting his check and he's keeping it moving. I'm telling you, like, I feel like he was already over when he conveniently got sick and couldn't show up to that reunion. Like, to me, ever since then, he's been like, yeah, whatever.
I think when he brought his wife on, maybe that was before that season. Like, I feel like he cared a little more. Like, even they were giving advice at one of their parties. Now it's like, okay, so next week,
okay, next week. Right. No, that's real. That's real.
Because when we got to the elimination and Maria was like the one that was talking, I was like, why is Maria speaking? What is Tommy here for if he's going to take control of everything? But
exactly.
Nobody asked me.
Maria needs to find his ex and rekindle that relationship. Well, apparently he wasn't in love with her neither. So, I mean.
Sis dodged the bullet. I mean, she didn't go unscathed, but you know.
Didn't he say he was with her for 2 years? 2 years and he was never in love with her?
Yeah, but then he said she was with her ex right after.
I don't
know. It just ain't adding up.
Yeah. I think he's just lying. I think because she went with the ex and his feelings got hurt, now all of a sudden he was never in love. But
she said it was a lie, but she never said what was a lie. So I'm like, did she go with the ex? I don't know. I'm feeling like I don't think she ever went with no ex. He just said got to excuse why nothing worked with her.
What else? That's also reminded me of, which I thought was crazy. That was such a bad look, and I wish she had seen the writing on the wall, and seen the huge red flag that was there. But you remember when Mike Hill was bragging to his friends about how he cheated on all the women he was with, and he never really was in love or gave 2 Fs about any of them. And then his daughter overheard that, and she literally like was almost like had like a whole meltdown in her room. I'm crying. I was just like, Cynthia,
girl,
I can't even feel sorry for you because you all that play out, and this is no.
And I think she had it reducted from the court documents, or not redacted from the court documents, but there was infidelity with Cynthia and Mike Hill. It was I think in the court documents, I think they had it either redacted or she wanted to remove it when she originally filed or initially filed. But my gut say he was cheating on her too. So
no, but but that's wild to me because it sounds like you're saying someone who has a history of cheating.
Right. Yes. That's
crazy.
I mean, wild. It's insane. Like I would have never thought that ever. Like,
and I feel like people don't look at these red flags. Like if you're with someone like Mario, for instance, like he has a child, and it's like when you're thinking when Sierra's going around, I want to get my eggs cracked, I want to get pregnant. Like look at what he's saying about the person who he laid down and had a child with before you think he's never been in love. Let me try to change that and do more. Like what? Should be looking at those red flags. Like okay, this is not what I want. Now you have something to look at. There's a blueprint. There's something that happened before. You can use that.
Right. But did you hear her in the confessional? She was like, I want to have a family. I want to have a man. Like you could hear the desperation in her voice. She wasn't trying to hear that. She was going to try to.
Did you hear when they first got there? And I thought it was her. I didn't rewind it. But Tommy was like, oh, and it doesn't hurt that the bedroom is only a few feet away. And then she was like, we're not here to, get pregnant. Like you ain't here to get pregnant. Like you're not here to get pregnant.
Yeah, she said we're ready for love, not ready for children. I was like,
oh, so you're not? Right.
180.
Okay. Harold says season 2 of Ready to Love was so good.
That's the Herbert's gone.
There hasn't been a season that tops that one for me yet.
I kind of have to agree. That was
Remind me what
Reva. I think that's when they did the couch switch.
Okay. Reva and Blondie. Yes. Oh, yes.
I was looking at TV like this is
Reva self-eliminated. Reva self-eliminated, and somehow Granny went and got her man anyway.
That was a granny.
That was the wildest.
That was a connection. They both was grandparents that looked good.
They were. They were.
Yeah, they still together. I was like, imagine that.
Right. Still not married. Woo child.
Wait, they got married?
They're still not married.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't expect him to marry her. He seemed like he'll ride it out. Yes. Oh, yes. Alexis and Brent, London and Divine. Yes.
I love me some Divine. That was my girl.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Now y'all know them damn well. London, raggedy. Oh, he was so raggedy. Oh my God. I'm starting to really find a trend. I like Mean Girls. I like Alexis. Oh, I really need to talk about this with my therapist.
A weeks back.
Oh my God. I'm really.
See, now you're taking me back to that scene where Alex was talking about, I want the smoke. I want it. I want it. I'm like, that sounds familiar.
Right.
Damn. Anyway, all right, y'all. I got something I need to write these down and have a conversation with my therapist about it. Okay, so we get to eliminations. Jessica, Sierra, big surprise. Sierra seemed like she was low-key kind of happy about being eliminated. She was like, oh, it's my time. I was like, girl, please self-eliminate.
Yeah. And that's the same energy Kira gave. Like, so you mean to tell me nobody is allowed to just leave and not come back? Because I mean, they look like they're begging and pleading to go.
It really does. I said, I wish my homie would just bow out and own her own and get out on her own.
Unpack that Louis, it's still packed. Like, girl, just take it back to the car.
Please.
Get an Uber and go.
Please, just
much as we need her, because when they were playing the game, I was like, ooh, had Sierra not been there would have been no comedic relief. It would have been boring until that fight broke out.
Right. We know it was going to be a fight because Janelle was there, so it didn't matter. Kira, did you have something you wanted to add? Nothing.
Nope.
No notes.
I'm excited to see next week. That's what I'm excited for.
So
I'm excited for next week.
Yes. So we end up with a cliffhanger, and I was annoyed because we really didn't need that. I just cut them so we can go and move on. God. Anyway, So we get a cliffhanger. We don't know who is going to be eliminated, which leads me to my original question that I had before I realized that we were going to have a cliffhanger. Who all do y'all think is going to go home? Who's going to get the boot?
I assumed it was going to be
Sierra.
Yeah, definitely Sierra. And what's crazy? I was hoping not, but as soon as they all came out, like as soon as everyone like was outside and like, oh, we're gonna announce, I was like, they're about to do a cliffhanger. I know they're gonna do a cliffhanger. I don't want them to do it, but I know I'm right. And then they start doing like, well, we have to say that you. I'm like, oh my God, it's not this again. And I'm already irritated because they screwed us over by not doing the double eliminations for both the men and the women.
Right.
Like, we've already been an episode ahead. And
right.
then draw it out with the stuff like that. I'm like, I've said it too many times this season. I'm like, nothing here is interesting enough for y'all to prolong this. Like,
no.
Yeah. But I was saying that when we first got on, that they always did that at the getaways. From what I remember, they always did a cliffhanger. So
really?
I knew that they would, at least for the last few seasons, they've been doing that.
Well, maybe we were interested in those seasons, and so I was kind of like, but
I always thought why. And then even with them, somebody else doing it other than Tommy, like they've done that before. So I was expecting that, but it was just like, I don't know, because then I feel like. I was thinking it was Sierra definitely until Janelle was like, well, why did y'all say, what did they say? I gotta look at my notes.
Combative.
Oh, Jessica. Yeah, she's combative. So I'm like, well, why is Janelle doing all this talking about it?
Okay, I wrote that. I'm like, Janelle, you asking about being combative?
I was peeking in the next episode.
Okay.
I was peeking in the next episode when they were standing on the bridge. I'm like, I don't see no blonde hair. I'm like, I think Sierra's gone. I'm like,
right.
I think they both get eliminated.
They should.
Okay. Send both asses
home. Yeah, because there's more women than men, so
yeah. But I feel like they kind of wanted to set it up. I still feel like they want to set it up so they have women fighting over men, but I think it would be easier to move along in the show if we eliminate both Jessica and Sierra. Because neither
who do you think Chris is having that conversation with? Or was he talking to a therapist or something?
I think he was having a conversation with Jessica. He needed to be talking to a therapist, but
they want us to think that it was either Jessica or Janelle. I thought it was either Jessica or Janelle.
I feel like they want us to think it's Jessica. And then
yeah. Oh, you're right. Hold on, let me think about this critically, because the women have the power in the next episode, right? And so the way that they had it set up, it was a date and it looked like an elimination date. So it might be Janelle. It
only
might
because
be.
she brought up the combative comment,
right? And she's just. She's so nasty and so rude. She's so rude. She's so rude. So nasty, so rude. Yeah. I don't know who he was talking to, but he was like, F you and everything about you. I was like, okay.
He was on the brink of tears, like, what's going on?
He was on the brink of tears. Somebody must have pulled his card. I wonder what was go ahead, D.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, like, this, I feel really bad saying this. And I don't, again, there are exceptions to every rule. And I promise, I don't go for this kind of stuff in any other circumstance. But, and I have to still see the full context of the scene. I'm not really going to be that upset if it turns out to be Janelle.
Yeah, we did that disclaimer. We knew you were going with it. Somebody.
Because I mean, genuinely, I don't go for that kind of stuff, but I'm kind of like Janelle and more. So I'm kind of like, that's what I'm saying. It gets to the point. It's just like what Tyler Perry did in The Family That Prays. I'm like, nobody wants to see any kind of woman getting slapped over no bar area, but then he made Andrea / Sanaa Lathan had that character clowning and wilding and so reprehensible that everybody in the theater was cheering when she got knocked across, got knocked over that bar. Like,
I feel like it's situational when a man can, be sitting up here going toe to toe with a woman, this would be appropriate, depending on, like I said, we got to see the full context and see what happened. Why Janelle was saying that. I know she's defending her friend. If none of the women are going to check her, then somebody needs to.
Yeah. I feel like she got out. I feel like she said something that she ain't had no business saying. I personally
for her live, it's like the way she's been trying to out people and do all these things. Like,
yes,
that makes me think like, okay, well, you had a conversation, somebody rubbed you wrong.
Yes,
yeah, it makes more sense now as far as the stuff that we didn't get before. I'm like, why is Kat and Janelle getting into it? Why is she talking about Crit? And now it's like, oh, okay, some of this makes a lot more sense.
Right.
What doesn't make sense is I still don't understand why she got so much. Like, why you got so much beef with Kat? Like, why do you have so much fever and energy towards Kat? Like, Kat literally didn't do anything to her.
I guess because she dared to back and call her out for being a rude AD and evil and all this other stuff. I guess because she basically gave her reciprocated the energy like nobody else.
But look at how long it took for her to get there. She's been nasty to Kat before this.
This is true.
Right.
I just think that Kat is a formidable opponent as well as Lee. And so I think she is intimidated by that. And so she's going to try to insult and nitpick and come at them as many times as they can to break them down. I think Chris is arguing with Janelle. I think so too. More and more books. Ooh, more and more books. I need to connect with you. Hold on.
Yes, you do, actually.
Yeah. Hold on, more and more books. My bad. I'm gonna reach out to you. If you can you put your email in the chat, please? And thank you.
Portia, I didn't see Janelle going back and forth with Lee too much, but I guess we will see it next week.
Mm-hmm.
And Quinton and Lee talk again.
Hold on. I don't know what. Sorry, me neither. I don't know what that was in.
I think she was responding to me when I said that. I didn't really feel bad as far as.
Oh, Chris. Okay. Sorry, me neither. Okay, got it. Okay. I saw Janelle's live and it didn't help her at all. Made her look 10 times worse. It really did. It really did make her look worse. It did. Okay. Any additional predictions? Anybody have predictions they want to put in the chat? Any of our co-hosts in the chat, put your predictions in there. Who you think is going to be eliminated? Any additional predictions? Any other thoughts? Closing?
I mean, who do you think will be together come reunion? Maybe still feeling Aries.
Yeah, that's all I got. My money on them.
Even if they are, I don't think they'll go the distance. Even if they do, it's still like I don't.
Nah, he gonna have a wife, and Aries gonna find out about it, and then we'll see it on the reunion. Yeah. Or some sort of strange fetish.
Later on.
Yeah. Kira. Yes, he gonna have some sort of foot fetish. Kira, who do you think is gonna go the distance?
Aries and Phil, unless they throw us a wild. Well, no, because Chris might be going home. I was gonna say unless they throw us a wild card and it's Chris and Kat. Yeah, I guess just Aries and Phil. That's all we got.
Yay! The most boring couple.
Confetti. They're not asking anything where they're really. I don't see where they're really like getting to know each other. Where it's like if they're not giving me the warm fuzzies, the warm and fuzzy feeling. Like I mean, they're rubbing feet and talking about Bay Area music, and it's like, what else? Cynthia said, what else is going on?
They've got nothing else going on. Harold says, I'm not even excited about any of the final couples. This might be the first season of RTL. I didn't really have anybody to root for. I am 100% in agreement. And I'm so sad because
I'm not even excited about anybody like picking. If somebody was like, I choose me, like I still wouldn't care.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I just want to see the real. I want to see who's married. I want to see the real in these and not that we see the real in these reunions either, but if we're gonna do something, let's just get to the reunion, please. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I wish they didn't film it so early. Like Well, I mean, I guess there's nothing going on the show, but everything that's happening on social media is like this needs to be addressed in the reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's another component of the reunion. Like we need to have like a compilation of like Twitter tweets from different users, from different people within the show, so that they can explain conversations and arguments and things like that. That would kind of help move the story
And
along a
after
little
the
bit
altar,
too.
like Love Is Blind. That's what
Yeah.
they need.
Well,
Yeah.
that was
After the
already
reunion.
boring, so we don't need a Ready to Love version to put us to sleep.
You could do. They don't need 2 or 3. You could just do one. Just one. It's one episode. That's it.
After the reunion ends, we move on. Like, don't nobody care no more.
Okay.
I don't know why they
One little-
trying to get famous.
One little quick.
Right. That's they really need to start. They need to stop hiring actors because don't nobody remember these people. Anyway.
Ever since Reva and whatchamacallit, like, I ain't really thought of nobody since.
And I ain't think about them. I still don't. Y'all have to remind me of them people. I'll be like, who? Oh, okay.
That moment, though. I don't care what they got going on now.
That's true. Shayna, any RTL gossip that you heard on the streets?
Nothing to do with this season, per se. Maybe some other
Okay. We'll talk about it offline then. All right. Well, I guess we'll end the show unless anybody has anything else to say.
I will say this. I don't know if they're just pulling the okey doke on us, but they were trying to set Lee and Chris 1.0 up as some kind of a random couple. It's one of those things where prior to this episode, I might have been like, oh, okay, that would have been interesting. But now I just feel like, considering how Lee looks and what her expertise is, Chris is gonna have that woman up in the kitchen cooking jollof rice, wearing a
Yes, that's literally Oh, hey, really, B. I wonder what Camille and Cornelius are doing. Child, Camille running behind Cornelius like a
Cornelius is chained up in her basement somewhere.
Yeah, she got him. She got him chained up in the basement. Don't be surprised if Janelle is a no-show at the reunion. Ooh, seems like she would purposely try to sabotage the reunion. I can see that.
Yeah.
That's even more weak. Don't punk out after all this.
Right.
Keep the
She
energy.
said they filmed, though. She said she already filmed, so
Keep
maybe
that
that's
same energy.
to express herself.
Hey, girl. Hey, y'all check out Really Be TV's channel as well. She's another, to me, YouTube legend. Been following her for years, so definitely check her out.
Always supportive as well.
Yeah, we know.
And apparently, she is monetizing that fact. I don't know if. Listen, you know what? I will do the panel a solid, seriously, because I care about you guys so much. Just let me know your t-shirt sizes, and I will get everyone.
I don't want.
Mean girl.
You can wear it to bed.
No.
That's
You
one
can wear it to bed or you can wear it on the panel.
Nah.
I can't get behind.
No, we can't get behind. Nah, that's good. We good.
We're not gonna support this black business owner. Y'all.
Oh, see, nah, I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to play.
It's a black business I cannot get behind.
That's something I just can't get behind. All right. Well, y'all see me twisting around in the chair. You know what that means. You know what that means. I'm getting tired. Oh my gosh, I'm such an auntie. I'm in my auntie bag, y'all. I'm in my auntie bag.
Fighting for your life. That's okay.
Fighting for my life. I am. So we're gonna close out. I'll start with Miss Shayna, who's almost at 1,000 subscribers. Come on, tell the people what you got going on, girly.
Just the hot topics and reviews. I'm gonna do a live this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about The Past, which is Candy and Todd's movie with starring Cruzador and her A1 acting. So I didn't watch it yet. I'm gonna watch it and we're gonna chat about it. So meet me over there.
It's better than Candy's. I'll tell you that. Thank you, Harold. Thank you.
And it won't take me 7 years to do it.
Yes, that's how she did. Oh my God. I cracked up on that for an hour, at least an hour. Oh, Kira, tell us what you got going on.
Oh my God, I know Housewives is over, but I'm still moving forward. I'm gonna do a live for the ultimatum, just the whole season, just a quick. I'm gonna do a live also for the past. What else I have going on? I think that's it for right now. I'll probably have some more stuff by next week, but I think that's it.
Okay. And D, anything you'd like to share on this?
Oh, as far as what I have going on?
Yes.
Well, to quote Martin, my beloved sitcom, nothing, just chilling, laying here in the cut.
Oh my God.
That's what's going on right now. I really am. I'm kind of on hiatus right now. I am hoping just to finish. Really, I just want to finish my last 2 Queen Charlotte recaps. Just trying to get, work on my mental and emotional and just, devote some extra time to work and being a little bit more diligent there. But it won't be too much longer. I just want to, I never really take breaks, and I'm trying to make the most of it before I jump back in. And as far as the past, I am very excited to hear everyone's thoughts on that, especially these wonderfully acted intimate scenes by Drew. Ooch, ouch, ouch, ooch, ooh, ooh, ooh. I was just like, ooh, this sounds painful.
It really does. Girl, she biting? Oh my God. Okay.
Erica Peoples was doing her thing though.
I'm telling you.
Erica Peoples was doing her thing.
She was. Oh my gosh, she's such a good actress. I like her.
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, so our bad.
That doesn't ruin it for me. I'm still gonna watch it.
No specifics.
I'm saying that don't ruin it for me. I'll watch the whole review and still turn around and watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, but your girl had her pen strong. I wasn't
the one that played in True to the Game. That's her co-star.
Yeah, True to the Game. Yes.
I hated how she acted in that movie. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, it was another Tubi movie. But I like her though. I like her. Yeah. Portia, yes, you do have to get a subscription to Peacock. There's a lot of good stuff on there. There's a lot of good stuff.
Not enough to pay for. Let me just finish.
Look, see. So basically what Shayna is saying is that she'll be sailing the high seas to watch some of this.
Right. Pirating. That was a nice way of saying it. That's fine. I am working on another book review. I have a book club called Black blah, blah, blah. If I could talk, I'm getting so tired, y'all. I have a book club called Black Fluctuations, and we are going to be reading. We're getting together. It's virtual and it's completely free. Getting together September 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about The Other Black Girl. I actually had a book up right here. Okay. I read this book before, but we're going to read it again just so we can prepare ourselves because of the Hulu series that's coming out in November. So we want to be able to compare it between the book and the series that's coming out. So what were you going to say, Kira? I didn't.
No, that's this month.
Yeah. Oh, it's this month?
The other Black. Yeah. Black Cake is November.
Oh, Black Cake is November. Okay, well, I picked the perfect time then. So perfect timing.
There you go.
Is that a white girl on the cover of the book? Is that a white girl on the cover of the book?
Oh, no, it's a black girl.
Oh, okay.
Can you see?
Were you thinking the pig was a white person?
Yeah, I was like, what's that down there at the bottom?
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, no. So September 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is completely virtual and completely free. So anybody anywhere in the world could join. Just read the book, buy the book, whatever, join the conversation. And then the Bold and Black Owned Perspective. I have some more products. I'm trying to make sure that I use these products for at least a month before I come on and be reviewing them, because I want to give you a true and honest report. So I've got 2 more weeks of a product that I'm using, and then I will be posting a couple more things. And send any of your Black-owned products, businesses to the Bell Perspective TV at gmail.com, and I'll be potentially reviewing them on my channel. That's all I got.
It's not a no named, not going to disclose their name t-shirt line.
Oh no, girl, we don't. I don't. No thanks. No for me.
But wait a minute, but you're gonna have to get a little more detail with some of these reviews, Belle, because I mean it's great that you were shouting out the Black-owned toilet paper, but I'm like, we didn't get any description of the comfort on the cheeks. We didn't understand. Like you didn't give us the nitty gritty or none of that. Like,
wait, what you talking about?
I'm saying with the toilet paper, you didn't talk about like. I mean,
it was soft.
Yeah, she did say it was soft and 100% bamboo.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but you could have gone. You didn't want to talk about how it.
What you want me to do? What you want me to do? You want me to show you how I use it? Is that what you want me to do?
I mean, you could have just been like, you could have like, I mean, if you want to give people like specific details, and I mean, people need to know. I don't know. Fine, I'll just. It's an interesting choice. That's all.
Okay, we'll talk about it offline. I appreciate D. He critiques me and he gets me together, and I appreciate it. Okay, talk about it offline. I'll take your comment cards. Okay, I got you. Wait, oh my God, I forgot about what's that? See, oh, Portia girl, I don't know what that is.
That's not COON, is it?
Oh.
Oh, Portia, you gotta tell us what this is.
We and our auntie and uncle bad girl. We don't know, girl. What is that?
Oh wow, what is this?
Okay, we all.
I don't know what that is. What?
All like, girl, now what? Okay. Now what? Now what?
My reader's on, so I can try to decipher.
Okay. Hold on. How many letters is it? Hold on.
We playing the game of Hangman right now. Does it have an E?
Vowel? Is it a vowel?
Oh.
Is it a vowel? I don't know, girl. You gonna have to. Okay.
I'm not. Are we close?
Okay, are we?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we need a space between the blanks and then the HD. It was looking like one.
Right. Like one word.
Got it.
Yeah, I thought YouTube was blocking like the C word or something.
Yes, that's what I thought.
I thought we got off of the racial controversies.
Yes. I was like, well, what is going on?
Another video? I didn't know that was this video. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did not know. We all was in the screen like, what now? That was hilarious. Thank you, Portia.
Yeah.
Always coming through. You and Harold always coming through with the comic relief. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate it. Well, we're signing off. Y'all know what time it is. Next week, 9:30-ish. Between 9:30 and 9:35. We're gonna get here. We is gonna be here at some point in time between 9:30 and 9:35. Okay. We gonna be here, and we appreciate it, and we can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Good night.